What cheer, y'all? Welcome back to Right at the Wire. Well, we've got 300-point Derby preps this weekend. We've already talked about the Wood Memorial, and I encourage you to take a look at that posting on that race. But we've also got the Santa Anita Derby, a Grade 1, 10th race on the Saturday card, running a mile and an eighth for the 3-year-olds. And I tell you, it's a small field, but this is a pretty damn good one. You've got journalism. We all know what he did in the San Felipe. Citizen Bull, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Champion. Barnes, who was a great second in the San Felipe, and but for journalism, we'd be probably singing his praises a little bit more. And then Baeza for John Sharefs, a trainer who tends to be pretty patient. So I think this one must be pretty precocious for him to throw into a graded stakes. So it's only a field of 5, but I think it should make for a really exciting race because there's some heavy-duty firepower in this one. We're going to take a look at it. Now, the interesting thing would be, what do you do with Baeza, or what are they going to do with Baeza, let's say? Because he's been pretty much a horse who runs on the front end. So is Barnes, for that matter. And Citizen Bull, we know, is pretty confirmed to want the lead. It's a really interesting situation. Now, the way I look at it, Citizen Bull hasn't done anything wrong. Not a thing. Since he's been on the lead, he's been very tough to catch. But let's remember a couple of things. First and foremost, in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, had it all his own way. And it was basically 1, 2, 3 for Bob Baffert all the way around the track. And Getaway Car and Gaming both really haven't come back with any aplomb this year at 3 years old. A little bit, but not, they've been disappointing, let's say. Then you move to the Bob Lewis, and Manicat Road has made a little bit of noise. Rodriguez, I thought, ran a really cool race there, but didn't follow it up well in the San Felipe. So, has he really been tested on the front end? And I would say the answer is no. So, you look at Baeza, and clearly he hasn't run at the same class levels as Citizen Bull. But his pace fractions are quicker than what Citizen Bull has run at. So if it means anything, it means that he's going to be right on Citizen Bull all the way around the track. And then we're going to find out how good Citizen Bull really is, in my opinion. I think he's an absolute use. I think he can win this race. If Baeza proves mortal, then he's going to be tough to catch. I mean, he hasn't done anything wrong. I mean, his class level continues to rise with the race level. What can I say? I mean, he's definitely a horse who is a prime candidate to win this race, and he's a prime candidate to win the Kentucky Derby. He's going to have it tough on the front end going all the way, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got to talk about this race. So to me, Baeza, as well as Barnes, for that matter, are really going to be big challenges. And I'll tell you, if Citizen Bull can overcome those two, pushing him on the pace, then I think we've really got a special horse. So I'm using Citizen Bull. I think he's a prime win candidate. I just want to see what he can do when he gets real pressure. And I think he's going to get it from Baeza. Now, Baeza is the thing I like. I mean, first of all, I like the way he moves. He's got very nice action. He's very, very smooth. And he's got a nice stride. We know who his relatives are, Mage and Dornoch. Pretty good company from, Puka's one hell of a mare. So we know the distance shouldn't be an issue, especially being by McKenzie. And I really like the way this horse moves. And I really like the fact that, now he's only running a mile, but he's been around two-turn races. And in both, his fractions have been a little quicker than Citizen Bull has run at. So that may bode well in going into this race. John Sharefs is a very patient trainer. He does not move his horses along quickly unless they've got something. And so I think it's a really good sign that he's putting Baeza in this race. And I really like Baeza in this spot. I think I'm not worried about the distance. I like the fact that his fractions are a little quicker, and he may have a little bit better turn of foot, and he may make things pretty tough for a Citizen Bull on the front end. You're probably going to get, hopefully, you're not going to get a good price at anybody in this race, but I think he is one certainly to consider. And it can't be discounted the fact that he has two-turn pedigree, then we don't have to worry about a mile and an eighth, and I think that's really important here. Journalism is my pick to win because I just can't go against a horse who has done everything you're supposed to do leading up to the Kentucky Derby. His class level continues to rise with the level of competition, so that meaning the race level is getting better, his competition level is getting better. He dusted Barnes, who's a pretty damn good horse, in the San Felipe. Only question is, one thing we have to say is he's got 47 and a half points, and we think that's going to be enough, but, maybe not. I mean, we'll see. But, I think a second place finish here is going to do it, and I think that's entirely reasonable to expect. I have that lingering question: is can he go even past what he did in the San Felipe? And then if he does, then can he do it again in the Derby? I don't know. This is a really nice horse. I think I have to pick him to win here because he just hasn't done anything wrong. Does he have to build and run a better race than he did in the San Felipe to win this race? Maybe not. I will say this, though. Citizen Bull's effort in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile got a higher Brisnet rating than Journalism did in the San Felipe. Citizen Bull got a 107. So I think the presence of Baeza, and Barnes for that matter, makes things a little more convenient for Journalism because it should be pretty spirited on the front end, and if so, I think that sets up for Journalism. And 5-horse field, I think he can win this race, and he just looks awful good. I can't go against him. Tab looks fine. I don't think we have anything to worry about. So Journalism to me has to be the pick to win this race. Now let's talk about Barnes. A couple things. First of all, San Felipe. He still ran a 105 Beyer. And so it's not like he's more, really that he's come back down to earth where everybody can beat him now. And sometimes we get that impression of horses who have a lot of hype when they don't win. It's like, oh, well, he's just like the rest of us. He's still really good. Is 2 turns necessarily what he wants, or a mile and an eighth is what he wants? I'm not so sure. Pedigree really doesn't scream it. Moreover, the fact that his tab is, we've heard rumblings that he hasn't been working terribly well. Apparently he's back on track, but you can't discount that. Interruptions or problems in training can't be discounted, especially at the grade 1 level. So for that reason, and also the fact that he's got, Barnes, if he's going to win this race, he would have to get on the front end and take them all the way, I believe. And I don't think he can do it. Not with Citizen Bull and Baeza here. So really it's more the fact that his training has been off a little bit. I'm going to put him underneath, and I am not going to use Barnes to win. So this is a tricky race. I think to me, the key is Baeza, how he responds to moving up in class. And if it's, I mean, he could win this race, but he also could affect what happens in this race if he doesn't win, because of the way he's been running. So that's, I think he's key, and I was real close to putting him on top, but I just can't go against journalism right now. And this is a proving ground for Baeza, whereas I think Citizen Bull and journalism have proven themselves. So, looking at our wagering strategy, it's a 5-horse field, right? So I'm going to bet for the value on Baeza, figuring I'm going to get a price. And I'm going to go 1-5 and 5-1 with journalism. Then we're going to do a 1-2 with Citizen Bull. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this goes with Citizen Bull and Baeza go 1-2 all the way around the track. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. And then it's kind of a saver. We're going to go 1 with 2-5 in a key box. Trifecta, 5-horse field. I'm going to go 1-5-2 cold. And that's the way I see this race. Then we're going to go 1-5-1-5 with 2-3. That should be 2-4. I'm sorry. Barnes. And then 1-5 with 2-4 with 1-5. And that's it. I mean, to me, I almost would rather just go with a cold trifecta and just plant my flag and go for it, because I don't know that we're going to get good odds on any horse in here. But, Baeza to me is really intriguing. But it's a big step forward he has to take to overcome Citizen Bull as well as journalism. So what he would have to hope for, to me, was that journalism's not quite as tuned up with the Derby in mind, and that he pressures Citizen Bull and that he proves mortal when he gets significant pressure. So those are the things I'm going to be watching for, and I think those are the keys to the race. So there's the Santa Anita Derby. Hope our analysis helps you with your own wagering strategy. Wish you the best of luck as always, and certainly if you do like content like this, please like and subscribe. And again, I'm a broken record, but thanks so much. We've had a really nice surge in subscriptions. We've had a surge in comments, which I've mentioned every video, that I love it, and you keep it up. It's great to hear from all you guys. I love it when we have a community where we all talk to each other. That enriches all of us. So let's just keep that going. We are going to have, whenever Keeneland decides to release their past performances, you can bet we will have the Bluegrass analyzed and posted for you. We will also have the Oaks preps for Aqueduct, Keeneland, and Santa Anita. And then we will likely do the Keeneland Late Pick 5 sequence, as well as the full card, best bets and value plays. So all kinds of content coming. So be on the lookout for that. That's it from here. I'll talk to you soon. And until then, be well.